any comments from our commissioners?
Yes, I had the pleasure of attending the Association of Black Law Enforcement Executives Black History Month luncheon this past Saturday. Captain Evangeline Nathan is the president of ABLE.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, our own Lieutenant Chris Waters is an officer. And City Council member Bernard Parks was the speaker and gave a very interesting and enlightening history of the African Americans within the ranks of LAPD over the years. And overall, it was a very informative and enlightening event. So I commend ABLE.
Any other comments? If not, we'll turn to the report from the Chief of Police.
Good morning, Commissioners. Events occurring this past week, I attended the funeral of Metropolitan D Platoon Sergeant Jim Bouladou on Friday. Very sad. Died of what appears to be a heart attack. At 59 years of age, leaves a son and many, many friends who will mourn his passing. Also, my report on crime. We finished our first month, so one month down, 11 to go. So far, Part 1 crime trends are down overall, being led by a significant reduction in homicides. Of course, we had a horrible January last year, so but at this point down 39% as compared to the year prior. Total violent crime down about 17%. Total Part 1 crime down 13%. All categories of Part 1 crime are down. All categories of violent crime, all categories of gang crime are down. Total gang crime down about 22%. Officer-involved shootings, and last year we had a low year, and this year we're on pace to be even lower than that. So those are all positive indicators. Personnel strength. We are right at 10,000 sworn personnel, 9,998, 280 reserves, level 1, 20 level 2s, 130 level 3s, just over 1,000 volunteers, 2,863 civilian personnel with 484 vacancies. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Chief. A report of the Executive Director.
Morning, Madam President, members of the Commission. One brief item. There will be no Commission meeting 2 weeks from today, February 19th, due to that being a Command Officers Training Day, and it's also the day after the holiday this month. So February 19th, no Commission meeting. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Report of the Inspector General.
Thank you, Madam President. Nothing to report.
Number 5 is information only, the filed items. We have noise variance permits on file with details in the full agenda. We also have special event permits on file, 2 of those, more details in the full agenda. Are there any presentations today?
I don't believe so, Commissioner. I was told that the department might have one, but it appears not. Is that correct, Tammy?
I believe that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
It is a very brief meeting today, but if they walk in beforehand, we'll take the presentation. 7 is our consent agenda items. Is there a motion?
Move approval of consent agenda items A and B.
Second.
And on our regular agenda items, are there any items that...
Take a motion.
Yes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Now, for the regular agenda items, are there any items that wish to have brought before us? Then I will entertain a motion.
Madam President, I move approval of the agenda regular items 8A and 8B.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Public comment?
We have none, Madam President.
My goodness. Well, thank you all very much. We will be going to closed session. We have 3 items to work on today. Thank you.
The Board of Police Commissioners will now recess into closed session to discuss item numbers 10A, 1, 2, and 3 in accordance with Government Code 54957. In closed session, item number 10A1 was discussed and the Chief's recommendations were unanimously adopted. In closed session, item number 10A2 was discussed and the Chief's recommendations were unanimously adopted. And in closed session, item number 10A3 was discussed and the Chief's recommendations were unanimously adopted. Madam President, is there a motion for adjournment?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hola, soy Marisol, desde Canoga Park, la ciudad toda americana. Estás viendo LA City View, Canal 35, nuestra ciudad, nuestro canal.
At that point, I knew I wasn't going to get out.
I still had 3 firefighters inside that I was concerned with.
This is where you're by yourself. There is no one else.
But then the realization that we're probably not going to survive this. Each year nationwide, over 100 firefighters die in the line of duty. At any given time, they can be placed in a life-threatening situation. Beating insurmountable odds, the following 6 firefighters survived the unthinkable and lived to tell their stories. Despite their high level of training, these Los Angeles City firefighters found themselves in a life-and-death fight for survival. Their stories provide insight to an element of their profession rarely seen. What would you do if you only had seconds to live or face your last dying breath?
When I realized that I wanted to be a fireman,